Okay, let's get right into it. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most famous nursery rhymes ever, and we're going to put it under a literary microscope. Seriously. So, I want you to forget everything you think you know about it, because what we're about to uncover is a story of, get this, domestic intrigue, pure deception, and a really high-stakes standoff.
Right, you've heard this song a million times. It's a total earworm, just a simple little back and forth for kids. But what if I told you it's actually a perfectly structured microdrama? I'm talking conflict, rising action, and an ending that is just so surprisingly ambiguous. Let's break this whole thing down. So here are the opening lines. Johny Johny.
Yes, Papa?
Eating sugar?
No, Papa.
It seems so simple, doesn't it? A father calls his son, Johnny answers, an accusation is thrown out, and a denial comes right back. But right there, in that little exchange, the seeds of a classic conflict are planted.
Yeah, this is so much more than just a jingle. This thing is a complete narrative. It's a perfectly contained piece of domestic drama, and it's told with this just breathtaking efficiency. You've got a beginning, a middle, and an end. You've got character, conflict, even a climax. All of it. 16. That's it. 16 distinct words. That is all it takes, the anonymous author of this masterpiece, to build an entire world of tension and mystery. Think about it. Most writers need hundreds of pages to do that. This story, it does it in less than a sentence. It is an absolute masterclass in telling a story efficiently.
Okay, so to really get this, we have to treat it like a play. And, every great play starts with the basics, right? The core components, your characters, and the central conflict that gets everything moving. So, let's meet the cast.
So on one side, you've got Johny. He's our protagonist. And his objective? It's simple, almost primal. He just wants to eat some sugar. His motivation is pure desire. Then, on the other side, we have Papa, our antagonist. His whole goal is to enforce the rules, to uncover the truth. He's the embodiment of authority and order. And boom, right there, you have a classic, perfect dramatic setup.
In any story, there's something called an inciting incident. It's basically the moment that kicks the whole plot into gear. And in our story, it's this exact question, eating sugar? With just those two words, Papa launches his investigation, and now Johnny has to react. The drama is officially on.
And what comes next is it's a beautifully crafted sequence of rising action. This is not a casual chat. This is a tense verbal chess match. It's a full-on interrogation, where every single line just builds on the last.
So, Papa kicks it off with a direct accusation. He suspects a crime has been committed, right? And what's his evidence? Who knows? Maybe there are crumbs on Johnny's shirt. Or maybe he just has that classic parental sixth sense. He just knows.
And Johnny's response? A flat denial. He doesn't even hesitate. There's no stammering. It's just a bold, firm no. He's made his choice. His strategy is set. Stonewall the entire investigation.
Now, watch this. Did you catch Papa's tactical shift here? He couldn't get a confession on the sugar, so he escalates. He goes after Johnny's character. The accusation shifts from a specific act, eating sugar, to a much bigger moral failing, telling lies. Whoa, the stakes just got a whole lot higher.
But Johnny, he holds his ground. He gives the exact same defense. Think about it. By refusing to admit he's lying, he's reinforcing his original denial. He's consistent. He's unwavering. The pressure is on, big time, but Johnny is not breaking.
So the key takeaway here is that this back and forth, it isn't just repetitive, it's cumulative. With every question and answer, the tension just ratchets up and up and up. We, the audience, are stuck right in the middle of this domestic standoff, and we can just feel it. Something's got to give. All right, so Papa realizes his verbal interrogation has totally failed. Johnny's a brick wall. So if he's going to get to the truth, he has to force the issue. And he's about to make a move that there is no coming back from.
And there it is. Open your mouth. That's not a question, it's a command. This, right here, is the climax of our story. This is the moment where all that tension we've been building up finally comes to a head. The game has just completely changed.
And this moment, it's just a brilliant turning point. The conflict isn't just words anymore, it's become physical. Papa is demanding cold, hard, empirical evidence. He wants to see the proof for himself. And for Johnny, well, there's nowhere left to hide. Lying isn't going to work anymore. The truth, one way or another, is about to be revealed.
But wait, just when you think you know exactly what's going to happen, Johnny gets caught, game over, the story takes this really strange, really fascinating turn. The ending isn't a scolding. It's not a confession. It's something else entirely.
Ha ha ha. That's it. That's the final line. 3 little syllables. But whose laugh is it? And what on earth does it mean? This is the great mystery of Johny Johny Yes Papa. The author just gives us an action but holds back all the context, leaving it totally up to us to figure out.
So let's break down the possibilities, shall we? First, could it be the laugh of defiance? You know, Johnny's caught red-handed, but he's just laughing in the face of authority. That's a win for rebellion. Okay, option 2, is it the laugh of discovery? Papa feeling all amused and victorious because he finally exposed the lie. A win for order and authority. Or, and honestly, this is my favorite theory, is it the laugh of playfulness? Maybe they both laugh, and it turns out this whole super tense interrogation was just a game all along. And that is the absolute genius of this ending. It's deliberately, totally ambiguous. The author refuses to tell us who won. Is Johnny a triumphant rebel, a caught little liar, or just a playful kid? The story never tells us, which leaves that power dynamic unresolved, forever.
So, what do you think? The next time you hear this little tune, maybe you'll hear it in a whole new light. Is it really just a silly song to keep a toddler busy, or is it actually this incredibly layered story about truth and power and that complicated dance between authority and the simple desire for just a little bit of sugar? Definitely something to think about. Thanks so much for joining me for this breakdown.